In this video, we're going to look at working with columns and rows in Excel, and we'll start with how do you hide and unhide columns and rows. So let's say we want to only show the first 3 months and we want to hide April to December, so column E through to column M. I'm going to highlight column E, the whole column. I'm going to highlight up to M. I can right click on hide, and everything's now hidden. You'll know if there's hidden columns because note up here we've got column D, it then jumps to column N without all the letters in between, and you'll see there's quite a few sort of fake grey lines there. So to unhide, I'll click on column D and also column N, right click again, unhide, and that's it, done. If you're not right clicking, what you could do is still on your home tab, right along here to cells on the right hand side, and if you click in format you'll see there's options under visibility where you can hide rows, columns, sheets, and also unhide. So 2 ways to do it: right click or go up to the ribbon in the home tab under cells. Another thing you can do, let's just say we want to hide February, April, and then June, and then August, etc. So we're going to hide every second month. We're going to hide every second column. How we do that is I'm going to click on the first column I want to hide, in this case column C. Then I'm going to press the Control key on my keyboard and keep it pressed down. So I'm pressing the Control key. Then I'm going to click on column E and then G, and you'll see it's highlighting every second column like that. I can let go of the Control key, everything's still highlighted like that, right click, and then we can hide. And you'll see up here it goes B to D to F. To unhide, I'll start column B, I'll go right across to column N, I'll right click or go up to the tab, and I can unhide. Moving on to the next tab on the bottom here, let's look at how to insert and delete columns and rows. So if we were to delete the record for Teresa, we are essentially deleting row 9. I'm going to click on row 9. I am going to right click and I can delete the row that way. Or, I'll just go back one, still with the row 9 highlighted, you'll see again in the ribbon up here we've got a delete option up here with a drop down to the right of it, and we can delete the row that way. If we're looking to insert a column, so in this case after the salesperson in column B, I'm going to click on the next column, so column C, I want there to be a column between B and C. I'm right clicking, I can insert, and there it's done for me. Similarly, if I want to insert a row, so let's imagine we're inserting a row under row 5, so under where Susan is, I'll just drop down to the next one. Now, if I try to right click here, I'm in A6 and I try to right click, I can't find any way quickly to insert the row. That's because I have to have clicked on the whole row. So I'm clicking on the 6 and you'll see it's now greyed out, the whole line is greyed out. Then when I right click, I could then insert a row that way. Alright, so if you don't see your right click options, have a closer look and see what you've done. You could of course also go up here to the home tab up here, and we have insert, and again you see you can insert rows that way. So that is how you insert and delete columns and rows. Moving on to the third tab, let's look at how we can widen or narrow our columns. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it manually or you can format it to a specific size. If I'm manually widening a column, so in this case column A, I can see it's not wide enough to show all the countries properly. I just take my mouse, hover over A and B, thin black cross with these wee arrows, just click and drag, and that makes it wide to whatever width you think looks best. You do the same with rows. Between the first row and the second row, you hover your mouse, you see the thin black cross there, and then you can stretch down. However, if we wanted to format and have the row height exactly the same, so we're not just trying to do it manually, let's say for example I wanted to make all the rows to size, the row height to size 20. Again, I'm not highlighting. If I highlight and right click, there's no options here. If I highlight the rows that way and then I can right click, and then you'll see there I've got an option for row height, and then I can say, well, I want it to be now 20, for example. Press OK. That's very uniform. Every row has been set to the same size. Another little practice here, if we were changing all the column widths to 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all the columns I want to change. I could either right click, you see there I've got column width has now appeared, the word column has now shown, or I could go up to my home tab, my ribbon at the top here, up to cells, up to format, and you'll see here we also have the options. In this case we've got the column width. You can do auto fit or put it back to standard, but let's say here the column width, it's set 8.43, which is the standard. I am going to change it to 10, just overtype that and press OK. So that's how you can work with your columns and your rows. Hope that helps.